Hi everyone, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. In today's video, I want to talk about adding carbohydrates to a low or no carbohydrate diet. So first of all, I'm definitely a fan of cutting back carbohydrates for people that have trouble regulating their glucose, for people with type 2 diabetes, and people that are obese or have maybe fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. In these cases, I have seen people do really well with cutting back their carbohydrates significantly. I have had several obese clients that have lost weight. I've had clients that have improved their liver function and really reversed fatty liver disease and all kinds of things. But I've also had clients that have been getting good results and followed a no carb or low carb diet, and then they start to have some symptoms that I think should not be ignored. So first of all, some things that I want to mention that might be a clue or a sign that you might want to add some carbohydrates in is what I'm going to cover. But I also want to say that there's going to be a lot of people that entirely disagree with this, that will say you never need carbohydrates. But my advice to you is to listen to your body. Sometimes we do need something different and in different times of our lives. And that's just, human body, it changes. But I will say that these are limited in scope. And so it's really been just a few situations, but I've seen it repeatedly. So the first one is for people that begin to have insomnia or elevated levels of anxiety, not just a little bit anxious, but like real anxiety. I have seen this in multiple cases, including myself. Where I was having a lot of stress and anxiety during the day without really a reason, and then also having problems at night sleeping. And I would go sometimes a couple days without getting rest at all. So that is very detrimental to your health. And in those cases, for myself, I had tried adding carbohydrates in the form of fruit, and also for some of my clients have done the same. And so I think this is just a point where your body is needing something different, and it should not be ignored. And also, what I'm saying about adding in carbohydrates, I'm not advocating for processed junk food. What I'm suggesting is, fruits, vegetables that you tolerate, and that kind of thing, but really staying away from anything that's a gut irritant. The second situation that I have seen numerous times is for women that have had maybe 2 weeks before they get their cycle, which is probably the luteal phase. This is when their blood sugar gets really unstable and they become really cranky, irritable, depressed, anxious, and can't sleep. So this is a common time where we do seem to do better with adding in a little carbohydrates. Again, you don't need to go overboard. I'm not saying to eat bowls and bowls of rice or bags of potato chips, but simply adding even just 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates a day just during that phase is enough to change the way you feel instantly. So for example, if you're a woman in that situation, you might have some fruit with your protein in the morning and again in the afternoon, or maybe a little bit of boiled potatoes or boiled rice, something that you digest easily and should help you sleep and even out your mood. It should also help you to have more energy. Which brings me to one more point I want to mention. So the other situation that sometimes calls for more carbohydrates is simply fatigue. So if you are not doing well running on fat and protein, then you might feel like you don't have the strength to do your workouts, or you don't have enough energy to be active throughout the day. And so that is a problem, because we should be able to be active all day long. And so if you're feeling really fatigued in that way, you might try here and there doing a day of carbohydrates, healthy carbohydrates that are easy to digest, and then use those the next day in your workouts. So if you're not doing anything and you're very sedentary, you're not likely to need them as much. Maybe not at all, but it's going to depend on you and your activity levels. So my point here I want to make today is don't let diet dogma make you ignore your body cues. We all need something different, and I've seen people be successful using a lot of different strategies, but you really have to dial into what works for you. So if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.